Hello, Kayla here. I'm going to be showing you a tutorial on how to Dutch braid your hair. Now, there are two main braids that get confused, a French braid and a Dutch braid. And the French braid is on the inside of the hair and the Dutch braid sits on the outside of the hair. So if you look here, my braids are sitting on the outside. Those are Dutch braids. I like them both. I just love the way a Dutch braid looks. And then you can like pull them out a little bit more, make them a little bit looser if you want. So, things that you'll need. Brush to brush your head. Something to part your hair with, something that has like a straight point. A hair tie. And then two little tiny elastics. The difference between a Dutch braid and a French braid. If you're wanting to French braid, when you crisscross your strands, a French braid, you're going to go down with that third one, down and under. With a Dutch braid, you crisscross and you're gonna go up and out, okay? So those are the two differences. Let's go.
All right, first we have to comb out this hair. I do have pretty thin hair, as you can see. So first what you need to do is just comb it all out, get all the knots out. It is the best because you're going to be using your fingers to go through your hair and you don't want any knots. Go ahead and grab whatever you're going to use to part your hair. So you can part it straight down the center. I like to part it off to the side just a little bit. It makes it a little bit different. It's just personal preference. And I just kind of feel for it all the way back. I braid my hair mostly for working out. So of course it's not a beauty pageant. It does not have to be perfectly straight. Then you're going to comb off to one side. And you're going to grab an elastic and tie it up. So you can pull it into a pony or a bun. I do this little thingy. Yep, it's adorable. So now we have the other side. We comb it out once more just to double check if there's any knots. And then you're going to go look for 3 strands. All right, so first we're going to grab 3 sections at the top of your hairline there. And the most important thing is figuring out how to hold the hair. You're going to have 3 holds, one in your fist, one in between your scissor fingers, I like to call it. If you're cutting scissors, that's what it would look like between those 2 fingers, and then between your thumb. So first strand is there in my fist. The top hand, if you see, I have it in between my fingers like scissors. I'm already switching it into one hand. So I got my fist right there. I'm going to put the strand in between my scissors and then grab that third one with my thumb. To switch it back over, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the scissor hold and put it in my fist, okay? Then grab the bottom one in the scissors and switch the last one over to your thumb hold. Okay, add hair into the thumb hold. Okay, feel for it. It doesn't have to be a perfect strand. Switching back over, grab the top one and put it in your fist. The bottom one in between the scissor hold, and that last strand you're going to put in your thumb hold, and that's where you're going to add more hair into the thumb hole. So switching back over to the other hand, grab the top one into your fist. The second one, found a knot, brush it out. So first one goes into your fist. Second one, you're going to put into your scissors. And then the third one into your thumb hold. And then you're going to add into the thumb hold, okay? It's all about practice, you guys. This takes some time to figure out. And what better time than right now when we're all self-quarantining through this coronavirus mess. So go ahead and practice. If you need to slow this down or pause to do it with me, go ahead and do so. And just follow along. So it's a little bit clearer and easier to see from behind. Take your time and practice, practice, practice. I swear when I first started braiding my own hair, I braided it and then put a hat on because the top of my head looked so messed up. But it took practice and practicing and practicing for me to finally get the hang of it. And it's kind of like that muscle memory where you don't even have to watch what you're doing clearly. And it's much different than braiding somebody else's hair. I will say that. All right, so towards the bottom here, grab the last little baby hairs that you can get into the bottom. And now you're just going to braid regular, brush it out, make sure there's no knots. And then stay in the back. I've learned that staying in the back keeps it tight to the back of your head. If you pull it to the front right off the beginning, it'll become loose there. So I braided it down just a little bit, a few inches, and then turned it to the front. And all I'm doing here is showing you, you gotta make it an X, and then that third strand you gotta put in the center. So if you can see the X, I'm turning and turning and turning. So again here, if you need to slow it down, pause it. And this again takes time and practice. Going all the way down. Again, what a perfect time to practice doing something like this while you're self-quarantine. Oh, and I almost lost the bottom. Be very, very careful. That has happened so many times. Go ahead and secure it with a little elastic. All right, all these little baby hairs, I usually use hairspray to make sure those stay back. I forgot it, so just pretend I'm using hairspray to put them back. One thing that I like to do too, because I have thin hair, I grab the sides of my braid, and because it's a Dutch braid and on the outside, you can do this. You can go ahead and give a tug to each of those little loops in your braid, and it kind of pancakes it out a little bit, I like to say, making your hair look a little bit fuller and not so tight. All right, now for the other side. Brush it out. Again, make sure there's no knots before you begin. 3 strands. All right, here's for the other side. Now, because I did my part off center, I'm not going to do my 3 strands going down the side of my head. So I have 1, here's 2. And because the third one would be kind of far down, I grabbed the third one from behind that first strand. So I just used my nail, kind of draw out like a half circle to part the hair and pull it out. So right here, I have my fist. I'm going to put it in the scissors and then put it in my thumb hold. Going over to the other side, fist, scissors, thumb hold. So I just start going back and forth just like that. And the other one, I do it a little bit slower here so you can see. Fist, scissors, thumb hold, adding into that thumb hold a little section using my nail. It does not have to be perfect. Grab your other hair tie and tie that around the bottom of your braid. Again, with these baby hairs, I usually just hairspray those back. And again, for this side, I do pull it out a little bit to add a little bit of volume to the braid. And I go all the way down. And there you have it. Those are my Dutch braids that I do. I love doing them for class. It keeps my hair out of my face, and it looks super cute. If you try this, I want to see it. Try it and tag me.